Hey! We're away. Fantastic. Evening all and welcome to the launch of Scored Southwest. It's great to have you watching online and fabulous to have a few people in the background watching live here at the Last Slice Pizza in Bunbury. I don't know if they'll be able to hear me. I was going to ask who's here for the show. But I know these two are, which is absolutely fabulous. But a lot of people in the background enjoying the hospitality of Last Slice, enjoying the lovely cold beer and the pizza. Speaking of which, if you have a look at who's enjoying the cold beer more out of the panel here tonight, it's the lady in the middle.
See if we can even it up a bit.
Yeah,
Speaking of the lady in the middle, the rose between two thorns this evening, one of my co-hosts, former sports journalist, a fabulous sports person in her own right. Please make her welcome, Kate Fielding.
Thanks, Dillo.
Welcome to the show. We're going to find out a bit more about your exploits and who you are in just a second. And the fella on your right, my left, this gentleman is one of the Southwest's famous sporting sons, a fella who's represented Australia at the Paralympics in 08, 12 and 2016 with distinction. I'd like you to put your hands together for Mr. Brad Scott.
Thank you very much, Dillo.
Other contributors will be joining us over the course of the next half hour or so that's going to be a lot of fun as well. Starting with you, Kate.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us on Scored Southwest.
Thank you for having me.
It only makes sense that we have someone of your sporting stature join us here on the panel. Premiership player, how many times?
3.
3 times?
Can still count them on one hand, but trying to go above that.
Okay, and I believe best on ground, Optus medal winner in the last one. Was that correct?
I did get a bog in the last grand final, but it was a good team effort. I don't know, pick the winning goal.
Oh, there you go, and you say all the right things too. Of course, you were a Southwest Slammers player as well?
Yeah, so I had 350 games in the State Basketball League, the majority of them with the Southwest Slammers. Great club. It was a really great period of my life, obviously.
Well, it's great to have you here with such sporting expertise. We look forward to hearing all that you've got to impart on the local sports scene over the course of the journey of Scored Southwest, and we hope it's a long one. Mr. Brad Scott, great to finally be working with you, mate.
Oh, Dillo, mate, I've been waiting for this moment for a long time, and it's finally happening.
You're lying. Tell us about what would be your sporting highlight from your illustrious career, and don't say the 7 for 16 or whatever it was, that medal that you showed me for D grade the other week.
That's only for John,
okay.
Just a bit of cricket banter. But no, look, I'd have to say probably my favourite moment was the 2012 London Paralympics, racing in front of 80,000 people in the 1500 metre final. It's very hard to hear yourself think, but I just loved every moment of that race, and then to be able to share that with my family straight after was something I'll never forget.
Fabulous. Well, I did actually ask Brad if he would bring in, since it was our first show, I thought maybe he could bring in a silver medal and a bit of a chat this afternoon, and he replied, which one? Say no more. Ultimately, he said he didn't know where they were, so that's part of his project for the next little while.
Well, what about your sporting background, Dillo?
Oh, not really. Greatest fast bowler who never was. One of the few people to miss free throws, like air ball free throws at the Eaton Rec Centre.
Yep.
I've got a long litany of failures, but geez, they get even better with time.
Well, see, we're inclusive on this bar then, aren't we?
Yeah, that's
you don't have to
right.
be the elite.
No, I'm just here as the link man. You guys are the experts. Listen, thank you for telling us a bit about yourself, guys, and we look forward to finding out more about your exploits over the course of the season. Of course, this is it's your show, so we want everybody to get involved. It doesn't matter what type of sport you're involved in. It doesn't matter whether you're an A grader or a D grader. Ultimately, the people who send us the information, and you'll see this tonight, if you send the information, we will use it. We don't need war and peace. Is it okay that I point that out?
Perfect.
Because ultimately, the more info we get from A, B, C, D grade, various competitions all over the Southwest, we just want to make sure you get your 15 minutes in the spotlight, so to speak. So get in touch, scoredsouthwest@gmail.com. And without further ado, we've got some results from over the weekend. If I may, guys, I'll kick this off because it came in from a lady by the name of Cara Andrew. Now, Cara is actually a fellow Capelshire councillor of mine. And there's a picture on the screen as we speak. Basketball girls win 5 in a row. This is the group of 2007 born girls that have won 5 country championships in a row. They also have a pretty impressive state championship record. 4 of the girls have played in all 5 country champs, each having also picked up All-Star awards throughout the years. Sam Fotu has coached them for all 5 years. Thank you, Cara, for sending that in. Look forward to seeing you when we catch up next, and congratulations to those girls. That's a really impressive stat, isn't it?
And it looks like we're going to have a few Southwest Slammers probably coming out of that group.
Oh, absolutely, and I love seeing that as a former Bunbury Country Champs winner myself.
Oh, there you go.
Does that add to the 3? Is that 4?
No, separate.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the legend just grows here, I tell you.
Sticking with basketball, the Busselton basketball finals, the ladder going into the finals down there. So we've got Dunsborough Oilers Lightning, 37 points, Colts Australia on 31, Saints Raiders on 22, and Dunsborough Oilers Thunder on 16.
Can I just point out, they seem to have stacked the Lightning part of the Dunsborough Oilers club, haven't they?
You may be reading into that.
Maybe I am, but it's worthy of pointing out.
So going into semi-finals, they had a semi-finals. Dunsborough Oilers Thunder 28 went down to the Saints Raiders 35. That's right. Dunsborough Oilers Lightning 73, 1 versus Colts Australia's 38. Then the men's ladder going into finals. So we've got the YCW Stingers 33 points, Boomers Boomdogs, that's a great name, 33 points, second on percentage. Dunsborough Oilers 29, Colts 25. Semi-finals, the Boomers Boomdogs 52 beat Colts 45, and the Dunsborough Oilers 21 versus the YCW Stingers 0.
That must have stung, that last one.
Oh.
Hey,
that's what I'm here for, isn't it? The bad puns.
Is it? That wasn't in the brief. There we go. So, look, there's a few more bits and pieces. Brad, you've also got some basketball in
I was about to say, to change things up, we're going to stick with basketball.
Right.
And the Bunbury Bears junior program just finished on the weekend. They had 21 junior teams competing over the 4 weekends up at Ben Denton Stadium in Perth. And this weekend, the under-18 boys and girls and the under-16 boys went up in their championships games. And thankfully enough, both the under-18 boys and the under-18 girls both won the championship division grand final, and the runner-up for the under-16 boys in Div 1 and Div 2. So look, great showing in basketball in the region. I think we can all agree basketball is going to be one of those sports to watch in the future for the region.
Absolutely. You know what my nickname was amongst my basketball teammates?
Airball?
Stone hands, because they wouldn't dare throw an entry pass into the post because I'd... Anyway, so they're all the results that have been sent in over the course of this week. And as you saw, they are very basketball related. If you want to change it up, send through your sporting results. We don't care whether it's one of the big majors or one of the sort of smaller niche sports. We'd love to hear from you. ScordSW@gmail.com. All right, we're going to take a quick break and be back with a man from the Southwestern Times. We'll introduce him shortly.
At your WA Sports Power store, we're committed to being your local experts.
With a massive buying power of over 130 stores Australia-wide,
we stock all major brands.
We're your local experts.
Sports Power.
At your WA Sports Power store, we're committed to...
Thank you very much to Sports Power for getting on board. We appreciate that.
We're already getting questions from the audience, mate, asking where they can tune in and watch all this.
I know, it's all the bright lights. Quite amazed, aren't they? Okay, we have got a man who will be joining us quite a bit over the course of this season of Scored Southwest. He's a well-known man around the traps, Brad. Certainly, basically, every weekend he's out and about going to game after game after game. Takes his own pictures, I believe, these days too.
And I find it amazing his knowledge of the depth of the teams, the history behind each individual. He knows a lot about sport and rugby.
And even better, he'll give you the hot tip on the in the fifth at the Doomben Dogs. His name is Justin Friss from the Southwestern Times. Justin, are you there, mate? Living the dream. Look at you. We're joining you. We're having one each as well, mate.
Oh, good stuff, good stuff. I tell you what about that women's cricket grand final yesterday between Marist and Donnybrook? Goes down right down to the final delivery, a tie between Marist and Donnybrook. And incredibly for Marist, the second week in a row, one of their matches is finished in a draw, and they've advanced due to a superior finish on the ladder.
There you go, mate. Fantastic. It's nice when you get close ones. One-sided games aren't much fun for anybody, are they?
Oh, exactly. It went right down to the wire. There was a massive crowd there, and coming into the final 3 overs, Donnybrook needed 10 runs. So obviously 10 from 18. Marist generated 10 dot balls to ice that result. So well done to the Blues. They've had 3 missed grand finals over the last couple of years where they've come up short. Well done to Jess Barton and the girls. They've worked really, really hard. And of course to Ash Towers and everyone at Donnybrook. They've had a fantastic season as well.
And Justin, this shows how good cricket in the Southwest is getting in the Women's League as well. Obviously showing the depth that we're having in the quality of players, but obviously how even the teams are. That should be a really good sign for the future.
Well, definitely. I mean, a quirky fact due to some of those ties that I've mentioned, 3 of the 4 sides in the final series technically finished undefeated. So you had Marist with 2 ties, Donnybrook with a tie and a win, and Leschenault with a tie. I tell you what, I think Tarot Cash should come on board as a sponsor next year, fellas. What do you reckon?
Good on you, Frizz. What else have you got for us, mate?
Oh, mate, continuing on with the women's sport theme, massive shout out to Beth Beckett of the Busselton Football Club. She made her league debut for East Fremantle in the Waffle Women's competition on the weekend. She was one of 8 debutantes in that side. They took on Swan Districts, who are the reigning grand finalists. They got home by 7 points. Beth finished with an equal team high 15 disposals, 3 tackles, 2 inside 50s, if you don't mind, umpire. Great result for her. And also Jessica Verbruge, who was the reigning Nola Marino medalist for Donnybrook last year. She played her second game for South Fremantle. They took on the reigning premiers, Peel Thunder. They were a couple of points adrift for about 3.5 quarters. Peel ended up getting the job done in the end, but really, really good signs for her. So a lot of our football stars as well in the women's space really doing great things up in the big smoke.
Beautiful. What about motorsport news, buddy? What have you got for us there?
Well, I tell you what, not every day you can write, watch, observe a finish like we got in the Cricket Boys shootout the other day. How would you be if you were Daniel Harding? You're all set to claim the checkered flag, you've dominated from go to woe, and you get within that, within seconds of the winning post, and you blow a right rear. I tell you what, just absolute gutted for him. So Chris Coyle's been able to do a Bradbury, and he's been able to sail past and claim the win. Look, if it is to be the final Cricket Boys shootout in its current format, I tell you what, we're incredibly blessed, and the Bunbury Bullring was absolutely pumping on Saturday.
And Justin, we've heard obviously the new announcements from the Premier today on the COVID restrictions that are going to be updated in the coming days. It's going to have an impact on the Southwest Football League from the looks of it.
Yeah, well, not just only the Southwest Football League, but also a lot of things closer to home as well. So we've got Bunbury Basketball Association Friday night, Bunbury District Cricket Association, Colts have got Marist in a first grade preliminary final on Saturday, so it's going to be very interesting to see how that goes. And of course the Furphy Bunbury Cup and Amelia Park Bunbury Stakes at Ascot on Saturday, that was due to be, I was going to have my believe it, I'm actually on leave at the moment, so it's going to be my first non-work race meeting in about 2 years. So I'm scampering to find out if I can still find a lemonade stand at Ascot on Saturday and enjoy myself. But I think it'll be very much a case of watch this space with the separate sporting organisations just to see in terms of what guidelines they hand down.
And with the Southwest Football League, there looks like there might be a new points system coming in due to that.
Yeah. So with the junior competition, this was discussed at the League Council meeting on Thursday night. So they're going to trial a e-point system for the junior competition to improve player behaviour and also officials' behaviour, and to mitigate any matches abandoned due to COVID. Plans are in place to establish points quotient component to the ladder, which would mean that for every game that you play, your points are divided by how many games you've played throughout the year.
Thank you very much,
So
Justin Frizz, for joining us.
Happens.
Oh, sorry, mate. I was just going to say thank you very much for joining us on your time off as well. Thanks for rocking up and being part of Scored Southwest, mate. We appreciate it. There we go. Thank you, Justin. And we're back into it. We've got some events and plenty of them to promote in just a tick.
Ian and I love sport and healthy living and are the owners of your local sports power stores in Bunbury and Eton. Together with our local team, we provide quality customer service, products and advice.
Come and experience the local difference, your local experts.
Sports Power.
Thanks again to Sport Power for getting on board. A lot of faith, really, from the Sports Power guys,
Well, Kelly and Ian are absolutely amazing. They are local through and through. They want to help sport, families and everyone in the region be able to do what they want to do.
Wonder if they can help me with my free throws. Anyway.
Probably not.
They'll need a balloon, maybe, to make the distance.
We've had a mountain of events and bits and pieces that are happening around the Southwest sports scene. Thank you to everybody who got in touch. We'd encourage you to do the same, scoredsouthwest@gmail.com. Kate, you're going to kick us off?
Yes, so Bunbury Hockey Woods Cup. Bunbury Hockey is running a season-starting competition involving the Southwest League and A2 players, both men and women. It's a 4-week competition along the lines of the Rick Charlesworth Cup held in Perth. The local clubs are asked to encourage players to nominate for the competition. The deadline has been extended, so players are eligible to register on Rev Sport nomination, a fee of $25. The competition starts on 19 March, the same times as the A3 competition, and then the grand final will be held on 9 April, and this will involve all teams as 3rd and 4th will be the opening games, and it's back the break for Easter, and then the Southwest League and A2 competitions will start.
You did very well. Like I say, just to reiterate, ladies and gentlemen, we don't need War and Peace, just a nice short piece of information about what you want to plug, and we're more than happy to get it on Scored Southwest. What have you got for us, Brad?
Well,
now, I'm going to warn people, this is for his own club, so he might carry on, but if I need to, I'll stop it.
Before I get to that, Dillo, I've just had a look at the live stream, and I just want to say...
Are we being bashed yet?
Kelly Dillon, love that tie, Dillo.
Thank you. I was wondering when someone would bring it up.
And there's been a few other comments, and one from Jeremy was, is that the mayor in the background?
It might well be.
So it's some good eyes there from Jeremy.
Thanks for coming along, Jace. Checks in the mail.
Yeah,
Right.
so if you want to jump on, comment, we'll jump on throughout the show, and we can even give you a bit of a plug. But as you said, a club that's close to my heart, Busselton City Football Club, or soccer for some people, it's their 100th year. 100 years as a club. How impressive is that, right?
Very, Brad. Very impressive.
And so this year is all about celebrating that. So if you have any information to do with Busselton City Football Club from the last 100 years, photos, clippings from newspapers, any past players, anything like that, send it through to the club, and they will love to put it as a part of their celebration throughout the whole year. And there's a lot of things happening throughout the year to make this happen. They're even doing things like a gala night and a celebration on April 9th, an exhibition match, Festival of Football. is happening on May 14 this year.
Are you playing?
Mate, I think they want good football players. You know, if we use your basketball analogy with your free throws,
okay.
Look, my shooting is probably as good as that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel your pain.
But if you want to get in touch with the club, just go onto their social media, Busselton City Football Club or FC, and share the link.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Excellent. Right, I am up next. It's about Bunbury Beach Volleyball. There'll be plenty happening this year for the sport. One of their biggest events is happening next week at Cabana Beach, Bunbury, March 5 and 6. The Alcohol Think Again Beach Tour. Doesn't look very good with us plugging it with pints in front of us, but anywho, the Alcohol Think Again Beach Tour, round number 7, is the second last of the beach season and will showcase Western Australia's top beach volleyball talent. The competition will be an open format where competitors can choose to participate in the elite or competitive divisions. Both divisions will play across both Saturday and Sunday. So I tell you what, Cabana Beach will be awash with colour. The players and spectators needing accommodation, please go to the Visit Bunbury website. As it obviously states, these are the sort of events that bring a bit of money to town and keeps the wheels turning, which is great.
But it shows there's a lot happening in the region, right? It's not stuff we see all the time, but this is what this show is about, is really to give people the opportunity to go and advertise and share all the amazing things they're doing. And we've got some more stuff happening.
Brilliant. All right, so what's next?
So speaking of clubs close to your heart, close to my heart, South Bunbury Football Club. I should preface this with saying the Bunbury Football Club are also holding a family fundraiser game the weekend before. Check out their Facebook page for more details. But basically both clubs are holding fundraiser games days for the Tan family. Bo Tan is a former South Bunbury and Bunbury Football Club player who unfortunately was diagnosed with a very aggressive stage 4 cancer. I've been following his story on Instagram. He's great friends with my brother. It's a great cause. He's a great guy. So if you can check out the details on both of those clubs' Facebook pages. Some of the players for the South Bunbury football games so far, of course, 3-time premiership coach Max Jetta. His cousins, Louis Jetta, Graham Jetta, and then some former players, Kaz Black, Danny Haynes. So yeah, it's going to be great. First emergencies, Max Jetta Senior, and yeah, coaches, all stars, Wayne Watterson and Peter Old. So it's going to be a great family day for both. Check out their Facebook pages, dig deep, get along.
I do love it how they're naming the emergencies nice and early.
That's right. You need emergencies when the old boys are running around on the park. Although I will just lobby to get Shane Horner on the actual park. I'm behind you, Shane. Don't worry about that. Right, we're going to take another quick break and be back with a very special guest on ScordSW.
I've just been...
Stores in Bunbury and Eaton. Together with our local team, we provide quality customer service, products and advice.
Come and experience the local difference, your local experts.
Sports Power.
It is ScordSW live from La Slice Pizza. Thank you so much to the guys for having us here. Wonderful hosts, and you're welcome to come down and join us each and every Monday night. We'll be here from 6 o'clock. We're going to welcome a very, very special guest now. It's only right on the first night of ScordSW. We welcome the CEO of the Southwest Academy of Sport. Her name is Bernice Butlian. Good evening, Bernice.
Good evening.
How are you?
Yeah, very well on this hot day.
Good. Thank you for joining us on such a special night. We really, really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Over to the team. They'll be asking the questions.
Well, Bernice, I was there at the Athletes Awards night. It was an awesome event. What was probably your favourite part of the night?
Well, I've got to be honest, I'm probably a little bit biased, but you know, the production that Dean made of James and Kate, and just be that genuine, authentic, unscripted production. It was just so beautiful and really touching. And I think a lot of people came up to me afterwards and said, you know, right there, that was just the winning moment of the night.
Awesome. Bernice, the Academy's been around for a few years, obviously. How important is the academy to Southwest young athletes coming through?
It's, I think the academy plays an integral part because we're the inaugural regional academy in Western Australia, and the main, I can say, the purpose of the academy is to provide support in the daily training environment. So athletes, you do have to travel to Perth for competition, but in terms of the daily training, you can actually get that in your home environment, and that's why we want to keep athletes in the Southwest during their adolescent years for as long as we can.
Absolutely. And who are some of the athletes up and coming do you think we need to keep an eye on?
Beg your pardon?
Who are some of the athletes up and coming through the program that you think we need to keep an eye on?
Well, our sports star Ella DePria, and we've got Kate Lockley, who's just been offered a WACE scholarship. So she is actually a hockey player, but also a very good kayaker and surf lifesaver. We've got a few draftees in the AFL, Jaya Miss, Brady Hopp, just to mention a few, James Kinley as well, one to watch. And certainly Thomas Cross, just a few of those names to throw out there.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's probably paying you in your position, Bernice, to not have absolute favourites. So I'm sure you look after all the local athletes. Bernice, thank you so much for joining us on what is a very special night for us. Thanks for all the hard work you do for the sporting public of the Southwest, and I hope you keep an eye on Scored Southwest as well.
I will. Thank you so much for having me.
You're very, very welcome. That is Bernice Butley, CEO of the Southwest Academy of Sport, joining us here at Scored Southwest. We're going to move right along. We've been encouraging everybody to send in their great sporting pics. So if you fancy yourself as a bit of a photographer, get out there and capture some great local sport pics. Send them in to us and you might win a great prize. I'm going to welcome in our resident sporting photographer expert. Now, he doesn't have his own microphone, so just get in close, mate. This is Mr. John Gelweiler. Johnny G, as he's known and loved around the place, an award-winning sports photographer. You've been out snapping lately, mate, or what?
Yeah, been a busy weekend.
Yep.
A bit of local cricket and things like that on at the moment. So.
Excellent. Well, we've got a few we want to show, so we're going to bring these up. Brad's going to feature photo one this evening.
Yeah, well, I've got a bit of a background story behind this. You see it says down there, Busselton FC skipper. Now, Jack Garnan is the skipper, and he sent this photo in, basically of the boys down at training, down there at Churchill Park on, I think it was Tuesday night. But I have to admit, he didn't take the photo.
Oh,
points off.
What?
Yeah,
Definite points off.
I think he's nicked it from the group chat, and he's tried to claim it because I think, like me, he would love a free pizza.
Okay, quick proceed, John.
Not bad. Nice colours, like the colours. Tells a bit of a story. Yeah, we'll see what the rest of the offers put up.
All right. Well, here's another one. Now, this has been submitted by, as you can see, Jamie Reeves. Now, on the 11th of this month, in February, Jamie ran 174 Ks of a 100-mile race down south. It's called the Delirious West 200-100 mile ultra marathon, and it actually takes in the Bibbulmun track. So starting at Northcliffe, finishing at Albany, everyone's a little bit loopy in their own way. What do you think of that one? That's him, Jamie having a bit of a snooze.
Look, that would be me at the start line, to be fair.
Yeah.
Probably too afraid to enter.
That's right.
Yeah, that's got some merit to it. It's probably not technically the best photo, but it definitely tells a story.
It doesn't
I'm
adjust.
all about telling stories. So
That's right.
it's got some points.
And we've got one more, I believe.
Picture 3 here. If you cannot tell by the watermark at the top there, this is actually taken by Johnny
This is
G.
blatant self-promotion. What the hell?
Allegedly
yeah,
submitted by
mainly.
Gareth Johnston from the Elite Grassroots Football Coaching. That name sounds made up. This photo was taken after the final whistle of the Southwest Phoenix game against Kwinana, which saw Phoenix gain promotion back to the State League. So they won the game 1-0. And that is Gareth, allegedly again, pictured with goal scorer Leiden Hodgkiss. I hope I have that correct.
I think Garrett's sitting excited there, isn't he?
That is true. I won't get John to critique his own work because we know he's already got a very large ego.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Now that's a great pick, mate.
Thank you.
And that is absolutely, we're going to put it out there, that is ineligible to win.
Yes.
The prize, I believe, if I remember rightly, was it a 22-inch New York style pizza
22.
from the guys here at the last slice. So you've got two to choose from, John. It's your segment. Who do you
Jeez,
like?
mate, it's a tough one. The Busselton one, I like the colours. I like the boys out there early getting in, putting in some extra work. But again, I'm all about telling stories, and if someone's mad enough to do that, go in that race that long,
ultra marathon,
I would never get a photo from that part of the track because I'm not stupid enough to go out there. So, Jamie, you've earned all the calories you've burned off, mate. You can put them back on again with a 22-inch pizza.
Carbo load for the next one,
Absolutely.
Jamie. Congratulations, Jamie. Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Mate, we'll see you over the course of the journey. Get your sporting snaps in, ScordSW@gmail.com. Thank you, Johnny.
Thank you. Cheers,
We'll catch up with you again nice and soon. And like I say, if you want to win a beautiful pizza from the team here at Last Slice, get involved, get snapping. All right, Johnny's taken care of. We're going to catch up with an old friend of mine. A bit of a walk down memory lane. 2 ticks.
Howdy crew, this is Hilsey doing the surf report for ScordSW. We've got some strange conditions coming up. It's going a little bit of autumn weather with Tuesday onshore conditions and a small swell, and same with Wednesday. Shaping up a little bit better Thursday with an easterly hopefully, but definitely by Friday we're going to see some swell and some good offshore winds. The weekend shaping up pretty good, and after this weekend's conditions we saw some great surfing down at Margaret River for the stand-up paddleboard state titles. Congratulations to all those who competed. This is Mark Hills updating the surf report for ScordSW.
That is hilarious. Guys, if I may reminisce a little, did you want to butt in first?
No, I was going to say, you said you're old friends.
Well, the funny thing was, I used to talk to Hilsey back in another life when I was doing the Brekkie show, and he would call in to do the surf report. I was about to say Hilsey's let himself go, but hello.
Well,
hello.
I wanted to say he's rocking the greys probably a little bit better than yourself.
Oh, now hang on. Thank you.
There's a bit of copper in there. Copper, yeah.
Yeah, we won't talk about why that's there. All right, we're going to move on to the community notice board. There's a bit to cover here too.
Yeah, so we'll get through this. Boring Up the Hockey Club Juniors, their first 3 pre-season training dates have been confirmed. They're up there, so they're at the Bunbury Hockey Stadium on turf in weeks 8, 9 and 10 of term 1. Though they've split that to ensure there's enough room on turf for each group. 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. for those groups there, and then 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Check out their website, I think Facebook page for more details.
Excellent. I'm going to say hello to Roz from the Crusaders Dragons of Brest. So they're a dragon boating club. I used to speak to Roz back on the radio. Dragons of Brest Crusaders are predominantly breast cancer survivors and supporters. They paddle Tuesdays 5:30 p.m. and Saturday morning 7:30 a.m. at the moment to beat the heat. But generally they usually get out there about 8:30. They paddle for fitness, fun and camaraderie. They'd love to have anyone who has been through or involved in a cancer journey and their supporters to come along and have a go. Cancer is not a death sentence and they all need to survive with exercise. They've got a Facebook page. That's the Crusaders Dragons of Brest, and they would love you to get in touch if you want to go along and join the club. I'd encourage you to do so. They're a great bunch.
Now, if we cross over now to hockey, X's Hockey Club are having a junior and a senior registration date. It's on Sunday, March 13 at their club rooms at the top end of Hay Park. It starts at 10, goes for 2 hours through to 12, and it's a great chance to meet the coach and catch up with mates. So head over to X's. I'm sure they have a Facebook page that you can find out all the details. Brad Hunt is another good contact there. He's a Jen who sent this in. So if you're into your hockey and you don't want to play with Dino, X's might be the club for you.
And last, definitely not least, the Let's Not Crabs Masters Football Club. Always great fun. Masters, where we're heading. Yeah.
Heading?
So they're in
beyond
recruitment
that.
phase for late March season start. Contact Des Shearer on those details on the screen if you'd like to play and get involved. It's a great club. Great way to get involved and meet new people.
Absolutely. The AFL Masters is a cracking competition.
Do you want to get a kick?
What's that?
You can maybe.
Oh, mate, they keep threatening to recruit me, but and not the Crabs, I must say.
What position would you play?
Well, I just said, unless I can just sit it full forward and just bomb it in on my head, I'm not playing.
Sit it full forward with your stone
That was
hands.
mine. And even then, old stone hands probably wouldn't catch it anyway.
But Dillo, if anyone wanted to send anything through, anything about like registration days or anything like that,
Yep.
what do they need to do?
Absolutely, ScordSW@gmail.com. Guys, we've got to keep moving. We allotted ourselves half an hour and we've blown over the top of that. I do quickly want to point to a great segment which we came up with for yourself, mate. It's called Scotty's Last Slice.
Yeah, I'm a hungry man. I am a very hungry man. No, but look, the thing I love about Scotty's Last Slice, it's my opportunity to leave you with the last thought. So today, normally what I'll do is sort of
We want to take.
Yeah, but I want to leave you with something that to go and watch on the weekend or to go out there and do. A big part of today I wanted to say was send in your stuff. But there's something even more important. We're having a celebration today.
Is that right?
There is a very important person, one of the people that really started this show. He turned 13 and a half today.
I know. He's a child prodigy.
So today's Scotty's Last Slice is dedicated to Dean Lomax, who has his birthday on a leap year. So he celebrates for a whole week when he's not obviously on a leap year. So today it's all about him. So have we got a camera for Dino or not?
Nah, he's going to just sit over there stoically and shake his head.
He's gone all shy.
He can
Well,
move,
anyway,
but he's refusing to.
he looks like he's fairly weather beaten for 13 and a half. But happy birthday, Dino. The Lomax Media crew are definitely the heart and soul and the backbone of the Scored Southwest, and we're so thrilled to be working with them. Two absolute professionals, and happy birthday, Dino, mate. Love you heaps. Congratulations. Excellent. Right, I'm going to wrap it up, guys, because I'd like to actually really neck the rest of this. Let's wrap the show up. I want to thank Sports Power for getting on board. If you've had a laugh and you'd like to get behind a great local sports show, get in touch with us via the Facebook page as well. I want to thank the lovely Kate Fielding. If you reckon you're heading towards the Masters, curse you and your fountain of youth. Bradley Scott.
Not the lovely Bradley Scott.
Great head for radio. Stick with us. I want to thank Justin Frizz and John Gelweiler, the Lomax Media team, like I said, and of course Casey and the hosts at Last Slice. Thank you for watching live and online. We really appreciate it. We'll catch you next Monday. ScordSW@gmail.com. Happy birthday to him. Happy birthday to him. Happy birthday, dear Dino. Happy birthday to you. Thanks for joining us, folks. Have a great night. Send your info in. It's been fun. Look at that.